So hi guys, welcome to the show. Today we are discussing body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia is a mental health disorder that makes a person focus on a part of their body that they do not like and how they are going to change it. I'm taking a leaf or borrowing a leaf from Damilare Kuku's book, Only Big Bomb Bomb Matters. This book sort of takes us through a journey of the main character's life or the protagonist's life, how and why she comes to the conclusion that, oh, I want to get my bomb bomb done. And so today I wanted to share my thoughts on that and how, again, like I said in two previous videos now, I did a video on beauty and morality. I'm going to link that up here somewhere or even put a clip of that here. From time immemorial, cosmetic industries and a lot of people who have interest in the beauty industry have continued to sow a seed of how a lot of these things can enhance or help to enhance body parts or how to enhance your confidence, and all of that and all of that. When I was reading that book, I couldn't help but remember so many of the times that we jokingly tell people about their body without necessarily thinking of how much damage that is doing to them on a whole level. So there are these things we do or see as a society that it seems very flimsy as an excuse or a reason for a person to have body dysmorphia disorder, right? But I think that fundamentally, these are what makes cosmetic industries or beauty industry continue to be such a huge industry in the world, not just in Nigeria, but in the world at large, because these people sell the idea that a part of your body isn't normal or isn't looking the normal way. And so we have this XYZ thing that can help you develop that. I am also a very tiny person. I'm very tiny. I am 5'7" in height, but I am tiny. Like when you look at me and you think, oh, how old is this person? You will most likely not think, oh, this person is in her late 20s. You would most likely not think that. Everything that Damilare depicted in her book, I promise you that I know at least 20 girls who went through that same thing. And I don't know how much damage that is done to people that I grew up with, but I know for a fact that some of these damages are also like how we define beauty and what we define beauty by. And so the protagonist in her story went through things such as drinking milk and maltina when she was 8 to try and increase her bum bum, all because, oh wait, my entire family have bum bum, and every time I go to school, people yab me, they draw me on the board as a stick. When I go to the market, bike men harass me by tapping on my ass and saying, oh lepa, you don't have anything there, there's nothing there to press. Even her family sometimes say stuff like, aren't you eating? You look so bony. You should eat more. It's because you're not eating. And this girl was consuming different things, doing exercises of all sorts. So from age 8, this little girl has worried so much about having a flat ass up till she was 21, when she now breaks the news to her family members. When she says, yo, I'm going to renovate my bum bum and you guys don't need to worry about it because I have the money saved for it. And I just think as a society, the little things that we think do not get to people are not the same. I went through the same thing that the protagonist went through, but what I didn't start thinking about is, oh, I'm going to have my bum bum. 4 children can grow up in the same home, and one child is going to turn out differently, not because the parents have done a bad job, or maybe because they are not as strong as these other people in the same way. It doesn't mean that they are weak, but they are stronger maybe in other ways that these other 3 children are not even stronger. But when you look at it, sometimes you think, oh, you are the person who isn't as smart as this person, or why did you turn out this way? Check the last video I did, for instance, the Hugh video. He would definitely have people in his household who are not the way he is. So you can't say that, oh, this is an issue of parental problem. It might be, right, at the core of it, it might be, but then again, children are different and people grow up in different ways, and there are things that get to a lot more people than others. So I feel like as a society, we need to stop defining beauty by a certain standard that it leaves the other group of people feeling left out or feeling like, oh, I need to end my life, or I need to become a different person to become accepted into the society. A while back, it used to be women who were this thin. Now it's women who have a lot more body mass. And I think, why do we have to define people or define women, especially by these standard beauties that never applies to men? A man can have a big stomach and they will change his name from being very sporty to Odogu. There's really never consequences for men who turn out bigger or men who are lanky or whatever. Instead, you start to hear things like positive things like, oh, lanky men are more sexually driven, or lanky men last longer, or Odogu can do this, Odogu can do that. So why we have this set standard, or this way that we classify beauty for women, we don't have that for men. So I think that this is what cosmetic and people in the beauty industry keep pushing down our throats, whereas our young children who are coming up are trying their possible best to fit into these standards. And when they can't fit into that, they start to think, oh, I need to go and meet or look for one sugar daddy who can pay for me to have these surgeries done. Now, what they don't tell you is the aftercare of these surgeries and what that would mean in years to come when you start to get older. I would never say that if you want to have your body done, that you shouldn't do it. If it is posing a health issue for you, like, oh, I'm always having back pain, I want to have a breast reduction, good for you. You have the money for it, good for you. If you want to have your ass done and you have the money for it, good for you. But I think the idea that men would fancy you more, or you get much more noticed by men if you look a certain way, I think that we need to end that as a society. We need to kill it, because we don't know the damage that we are doing. And I think I'm calling on all cosmetic and beauty industry people, if you are fond of doing adverts that destroys a certain body type in order to sell your products, there's something wrong with you and you need to stop doing that. Young children, teenagers will see these adverts and start to think, oh my God, there's something wrong with me. If everybody looks this way and I don't look this way, then maybe I should look this way so that I can become accepted by the society. So please, we need to stop choosing one beauty standard, because at the end of the day, it's women who suffers this. You would hardly hear that. I know that in recent times, we are hearing of surgeries where men are, increasing the length of their femur or their tibia to look taller and all of that. But I think the majority that is affected by body dysmorphia, or calling people short, tall, fat, ugly, and all of those, is more so on women. And it's now an issue of, you are not going to be accepted to a class of people, or a certain class of people, if you don't look a certain type of way. Stop body shaming people. Stop making people feel like they need to look a certain way or change who they are to fit into the beauty standard that you have created for them. Shout out to Damilare Koko, by the way. I enjoy that story. So if you haven't read it, maybe read it. I don't know. But yeah, this video is not about the book, but more so about body dysmorphia. See you in the next video. Bye bye.